We are in Lexington, Kentucky for a few days. Now we're going to be doing multiple things. We are now getting a tour of Keeneland Racetrack. It's going to be an amazing day. It's beautiful. This is absolutely breathtaking. Learning so much more about the thoroughbred side of things. We talk about quarter horses a lot here on this channel, but I adore learning about the ins and outs of all different disciplines and breeds. And this is like the home of the thoroughbred. So we are in very good hands here. And then we are going to go to the Museum of the Horse, which is at the Lexington Horse Park. We are also going to be riding Denver and being at a horse show, which is for quarter horses. So a little bit of both in this video, but let's start out with a tour.
This was supposed to be Jack's indoor training track. This is all he completed in 1933, 34. Finally, the track has been graded here, and notice that there's water features here. Now, we're going to go upstairs. I want to show you a great view. All right, hop on.
I love the elevator with a window.
Yep. So right now we've got seating capacity for about 8,800 people.
Now, so much detail.
As far as you can see is Keeneland property. We went from 147 acres of Jack's property to now 1,234 acres.
Wow. So as far as you can see right now is Keeneland property.
Now you see the Versailles Road boundary. We've got the airport across the way, which also has to have green space. We want to keep green space around us.
Absolutely.
So as it becomes available, we buy it. We've got a training track, which is all the way down through the trees. That's the last poly track that we have on the property. It's kind of like kindergarten for the horses. Because they don't, I mean, they're not going to bring 2-year-olds up here necessarily to work out on a big track until they know how to run in a group, run in a pair, and run independently. Each trainer that bring their horses out here, I sort of, well, you're a horse person, so you understand it. But I always liken it to a trainer being like a chef in a kitchen. When a chef creates a recipe, you know, they're also going to tweak it to make it their own. They do the same thing for the horses. Even though the horses are, some would try to lump them together, but you can't. They all have their own personalities.
Absolutely. Yeah, the end goal is the same, but the horse itself is different. Absolutely.
A horse can race as many races, but if they haven't won, they still run in a maiden race. Once they've broken their maiden, then they can go on up to, grade 3, grade 2, grade 1.
So that's interesting. In the quarter horse world, a maiden class is for, like, they have to have never performed before ever.
Really?
It doesn't. So there are other classes that are novice classes, which is like they'll say, okay, you can't have won this amount of money, or you know, something like that. But a maiden class, it's all of those horses' first time doing it. So that's interesting that in the thoroughbreds, they have to win.
That's why.
To break their maiden.
Absolutely.
Interesting. What does it say on his halter? It says Caravaggio.
Yes.
Is that Mr. Vaggio? Hi.
We have a team of vet techs and a veterinarian or two that will check each horse before each race, because it is about the safety and security.
Right.
Grayson ran in the Derby, came in really well. Then we've got Beauty Cachet that won the Jenny Wiley Stakes back in 24. Burnham Square is the one that won this past year and raced in the Derby. So these will all be changed very soon.
That's awesome.
Here's the U.S.
All around it.
Lindsey Graham, United States.
It's got a name.
Toshikimasu.
Toshikimasu.
know if y'all know this about me. I'm a sign reader.
Read the signs.
I read the signs. The horses would wear full armor. Was that jousting?
I think it's gonna look real in the video.
So that's how they would get them off of ships. So like when Spain brought over a bunch of horses and whatnot, this is how they would get them off of ships. That's a taxidermy horse. That's insane. Look, they blindfold on them. That's what a lot of the American Mustang is feral horses that were brought over by Spaniards, and they either were like let go after they were brought over from Spain, and then they became their own, were feral, but then they bred for hundreds and whatever of years, and now they're just Mustangs, but they're really feral horses. They're not like native. A thoroughbred named Janus, sired by old Janus.
Imagine his first name was Hugh.
So quarter horse racers, so because it was in the woods and not in like big open spaces, the racetracks were shorter. So they over time, quarter horses were bred for a quarter-mile length. So they needed to be faster on short paces, but they don't have the endurance that thoroughbreds do. Beauty aids. There's an iron for your horse's mane.
That's pretty neat.
Sounds like people used to sleep with their Arabians in their tents with them like this.
Really?
Yeah, they had an unbreakable bond.
Oh yeah, the first motion picture was horse, right?
Okay, and now we're literally in the middle of the horse show, but we are getting a lesson. I've got to take the time when I can get it. Aaron's a busy man. I've already warmed him up. Y'all saw me do some extended loping. We did some extended trotting. I don't know that he's ever been posted on before today, but we posted on him. I think he'd be a cute hunt seater. Let me know what you think. But I'm just gonna get Aaron to chat with me for a minute on loping and give me like a little mini lesson. And then we're also finishing up a video about what is Western Pleasure today. So be on the lookout for that video, but let's go.
All right, so we're jogging around there. That's looking pretty good. I like his cadence and his feet, how he's hitting his diagonals there. One thing I see, and we've kind of been out here a little bit while now before we started, but he gets a little bit low in his neck. Just something to be aware of, when he gets too low.
So would you like him even higher than this?
A little bit, yeah, there. Try to keep that top line as level as possible.
So because I've not had like a whole lot of showing in the Western Pleasure experience, and I've had a lot of people ask me about this. So to keep that perfect rhythm at the jog, do you suggest doing because I try to stay up and down with the horse. Do you suggest getting a little more side to side?
No, really, ideally, I'd like for you to be able to just sit there. And sit still on him and that he take care of you. And we have some drills we can do as we progress through this process to make sure that he keeps jogging on his own. One of them would be, as you come in there, bump him up a little bit with your feet, make him kind of accelerate a little bit, pick his back up there, and then sit there. And you really just want that rhythm to take care of itself, ideally. It's Western Pleasure. It's supposed to be a pleasure to ride, not a lot of work to ride. Sometimes it is more than others. And, kind kind of in your preparation as your work, but the ideal is to be able to sit there and just look like you're going along for the ride and the horse is doing the work. Whenever you're ready, you might lope them off, just kind of find you a spot where you feel comfortable. If he doesn't do it perfect, yeah, that's pretty good.
So right now he's looking to the outside.
Yep.
Do you want me to do
Yep, just
like
come in and correct that.
For his
Yep.
correction, it's just
Yep.
like this. You don't want me to like do any over correction. Okay.
No, just stay soft. I would just keep stopping him there. Just softly stop him, because he's thinking about going and galloping around now. So we'll just take that off his mind. Just keep pushing over. Keep everything soft, but just put it on his mind. We're gonna rock back a little bit.
Ooh.
Better. Now come in there and steer him around in a tighter circle, because he's kind of leaning to the outside a little bit. Yep. There you go. There, much better. You feel like he leans to the outside there with you, just come in and steer him around that circle. We don't want to beg him. There, that's getting much better. You don't want to have to beg him. If you feel like you're begging him to do something, come in and do a maneuver, make a correction, and then get back out. Better.
That felt a lot softer at the end.
More rounded, more collected, yep.
Do you think he needs more hip than that?
Not much more hip,
No.
maybe just a little bit. Maybe, you know, ideally a little bit more collection, a little bit more roundness in his body. But also we've been out here galloping
Right,
and
like,
loping
we've been,
and
like, letting
just
him
kind of
go.
playing around. So it's pretty normal that he's not fully committed to being in that spot
Yeah.
right now.
Now this way, he got very comfortable after we went out around a little bit and we were going really forward.
Yep.
I think this way is going to be my favorite way in the Western riding.
Yeah.
He's like,
I agree.
it feels really cool.
Yep.
When he gets really stretched out.
Yep, for
But
sure.
it is a little bit more difficult right now.
Yep.
At the slower flow.
pace. Yep.
So do you want me to do kind of the same thing, just like lope him a little
Yeah,
bit, stop back?
let's lope off and see what we got. Yep, same thing here. Come in, steer him around, steer him around, steer him around. There you go. That's better. Try to think about coming in like calf first and then spur, so that you don't have that abrupt, you know, where you kind of accidentally tell him to stop. So your head and neck is kind of an indicator. You know, if your head and neck is bouncing, he's probably not using his body as well as he needs to.
Ooh, much more responsive
Yep.
than he was even yesterday
Yep.
when I rode him for the first time.
Yep.
And I think it's probably me finding the finesse of, just like you said, like I was going in
Yeah.
too fast.
Yeah, you come in too hard and poke him there, he's gonna stop. or do, you know, make another move out of misunderstanding. So you can remember, you can always add more pressure, but you can't take it away once it's been too much.
Right.
So come in smooth. You can add a little bit more if you need to, add a little bit more, add a little bit more until you get the response you need.
I think today I have a little bit better feel for it. Obviously not like perfect, but like a little bit better than even yesterday. Because just then I felt like I was able to, like, without going to my hand, I was able to, like, you know, this leg first on that lead, this leg first, and then kind of come in with the inside to keep him going forward, but like rate him without even going to my hand, which I don't think that was there yesterday.
For sure. You'll get it the longer you go.
So thank you, Aaron, for taking time out of your busy day to give me a lesson and help us out and ride
Absolutely.
Denver for us. Denver is doing amazing. So he has not made it into the show pen in 2025 yet, but that is going to be soon. So we're really excited for that. Hope y'all enjoyed this entire kind of like Kentucky vlog video. And reminder, Aaron here is going to help us out in educating about like the world of Western pleasure, the world of, you know, like what goes into all of it, and just kind of explaining things that I don't think the everyday horse person knows about the discipline. And so if y'all wanted to ask us questions specifically to deep dive, we are about to film for a like what is Western pleasure blank statement video, but going past that for the mechanics of it, the specifics of the training, the, I don't know, like debunking certain things, let us know in the comments. But thank y'all, and thank you.